the beautiful Udiana cricket ground, where we're here for the final game of the 6 games bilateral series of the women's T20 internationals between Singapore and Indonesia. And I'd like to welcome our match referee, Mr. Prakash Vijay Kumar, to do the toss. And I think we're going to ask the Indonesian captain to call this time. Okay, we have won the toss. Indonesia, what would you like to do?
We do it ball first. Ball first.
Bowl first.
Yes.
Any reason there?
We want to ball first now. Before we batting first, so we're trying to ball now.
Just for a change. Okay, thanks very much. And today's umpires are Mr. Gopal Suda, and our reserve umpire is Yusuf. Sorry. Mental block there. So good luck to the girls today. It's been a great tournament. Let's finish off on a high. Good luck to both of you. Thank you very much. And we'll be back here in just a few minutes, or in about 10 minutes, for the commencement of play. So we are back here at the Udiana ground. Not quite ready for the commencement of play. They're just preparing off the field at the moment. It's been a great tournament. This is the final 6th game of the tournament, and it's been really good to watch the players' improvement. It's been a big lack of international cricket due to the pandemic over the last 3 years. These games really are essential for the countries to at least have a ranking. You need to play a certain number of international games to achieve a ranking in the world rankings. So we really thank Singapore for making the trip over here. It's been 6 days of cricket, and for a lot of these ladies, university and jobs, it's not always easy to take the time off. They're not professional. So we thank them very much, and the management of the Singapore team. The coach is just doing a few warm-ups as we get ready now, just to go through the 2 team lineups. Indonesia, we have Sari. Sorry, I'm just going to try to get their nicknames this time. We have Putri, Laili, Fitria, Yulia, Cora will be keeping wickets. Belina, Sangyu, Dara, Mia, and Leah. From Singapore, we have the captain Shafrina, Devrina, Vinu, Dwani, Damini, Kamal, Danvi, Jatnarani. Wicketkeeper will be Sahana. Then we have Johanna and Ria. Unfortunately, Ria's sister dislocated her finger in an earlier game today and had to go off to hospital. I know her coach is fairly proud because she didn't want to go off. She wanted to finish her over and then go to hospital. So for a 16-year-old showing a lot of fight, she didn't want to go off the ground at all. But her coach did insist that she go and have that checked out. So we wish her well and hope there's no real damage done. And she's hopefully back here to watch her twin sister perform well in this game. Looks quite a nice day here at the moment, a lot of blue sky, but again, as per the last 2 days, looking out towards the airport from here, up towards Seminyak, Canggu, the clouds are just starting to build. Hopefully they won't come this way, but this time of the year it is quite common for the afternoon storm to come across from that direction. And we'll just keep our fingers crossed. Unfortunately, yesterday's game was cut short. Attempted to restart after the initial storm passed, but there was a second cell come back at us, and that was the end. The game had to be abandoned. I think it was about 12 overs to the second innings, or the Singaporean innings. Just a quick cheerio. Dave isn't here today. His wife has hurt her neck, I believe, and he's got her at the doctor's, and won't be able to make it. So we wish her well, Sarah. So with a bit of luck, I'll be joined here by Afi once we commence play. We're still about 6 minutes away from kicking off here. The Indonesian girls are just going through a few of their warm-ups, and the Singaporean opening batters are just having a little bit of a few throwdowns, getting ready. The girls are always keen to get started, but due to our broadcasting agreements, we do start and must start on time, and 1:30 is the time for the first ball to be bowled. For everyone out there watching the broadcast we've had this week, the last 6 days, I hope you've enjoyed it. We've certainly enjoyed sitting here and commentating, watching the games. There's been some good cricket played. The girls are still learning a lot of things that they'll improve on as time goes on. We've also had our under-19 girls playing in the earlier games, getting some good match practice in preparation for the World Cup that they are going to in South Africa in January. We wish them all the very best for that. I believe they're going to India for a camp very soon. As you may have noticed, the girls here, we only have a AstroTurf wicket, and World Cup games are played on turf, so it's a very foreign surface for the girls. So they'll be going away to get some practice on turf wickets, something that they'll to become used to, or try and learn the different techniques they need to use on turf wickets. But here we have the umpires making their way out to the middle of the ground. Umpire Gopal and umpire Suda. I think they're having a toss to decide which end they're going to. And it looks like from the Top Deck nightclub end, Suda, and Mr. Gopal from the Bull's Head Steakhouse end. For anyone that's curious about the sponsors there, Bull's Head Steakhouse down in Jimbaran, one of the best places for a great steak, roast lunches on a Sunday. The chef there, Chris, sensational food. And the Top Deck nightclub hasn't opened yet, but it is very close to being ready to open, just up the road from us, opposite Puri Garding. So we thank them sponsors very much, and hope that our listeners, our supporters, get along and support them. Without the support from these type of people, these businesses, very hard to put on tournaments. It costs money to prepare grounds and uniforms for the girls, accommodation, etc. The girls come from all over Indonesia. We have players from Jakarta, players from Kalimantan, different parts of Java, and also, of course, Bali here. So it all costs money, so the support from our sponsors is very much appreciated. The Indonesian girls are just jogging out into the middle now. So it will be Tori opening the bowling right arm over from the Bull's Head Steakhouse end. Sari is just setting her field as the Singaporean bats just come out now. And to face the first ball, I just wait till she turns around now. It will be Kamal Raja to face the first ball. And from the other end, I can't quite see from my position here. Just taking her centre from the umpire now. And we're ready to play. Tori coming in now, steaming in. Pitched right up and first ball, clean bowl straight through her. Oh, it's called a no ball by the umpire. Wow, what a start. And that's a free hit. Overstepping there. It was a beautifully pitched up ball on off stump, just swinging in from outside and knocks the off and middle peg right over. But the umpire's arm has gone out and it's a no ball. There's certainly a life for the Singaporean batter there. Kamal will be very grateful for that arm going out. Tori ready to come in, make amends for that now. Steaming in. Oh, and that's a high full toss called by the umpire as well. Through the keeper. They've got one extra there, so that's two wides. And still on the free hit. Not a good start from Tori here. She bowled very well in the previous games. And that first ball, just a matter of overstepping. I didn't see the replay, but obviously stepping over. She did that the other day in a game. One of her first balls was called a no ball. And she comes now, short this time, and just pushed back down the track or into a short, silly mid on and picked up by Mia. No runs resulting. And as I hoped, I'm joined here by Afi, the General Manager of Indonesian Cricket. Another ball now just pushed back into the wicket. Very watchful. Quite eventful start there, Afi, with a no ball, bowled on a no ball in the first ball of the day.
Yes. It's a bit shocking start from Tori, who bowled really well yesterday.
Bowls now pitched up again. This time just clipped away to Mia in the mid-wicket position.
Tori, very much better bowling.
That first ball, though, was a pearl of a ball, moving, it's from outside off stump, but just she overstepped. Comes in now. Pitched right up there. Oh, hit on the pad there. Big appeal, and the umpire's given it.
First wicket in the first over by Putus Wandewi.
Start Indonesia wanted 1 for 3 on the replay there. Oh yes, absolutely plumb in front. Hit her in front of off stump, and they probably would have taken middle and leg. Good call by the umpire, I think there. We don't need a review from here. That was very low down on the pad. It was almost the Yorker length, and wrapped on the pad in front. Not the start they would have wanted, Singapore. That's the end of Kamal. And the incoming batter now is the twin sister, Ria Bashin.
Yes, twin sister Aida cannot play today. She had an injury in the first game. I think she got dislocated pinky finger.
Showed a lot of spirit though. She didn't want to come off.
Yes,
She did ask the coach if you could finish her over or even stay and finish the game, then she'll go to hospital. These girls certainly love their cricket.
They seem to.
One ball still remaining in the first over here. Comes in now. Oh, pitched right up. It flicked away to mid-on. And a possible run out. And a run out in the first over as well. Thrown in very quickly to the bowler, who got back to the stumps very quick and managed to retrieve the throw and knock the bails off.
Let's see the replay here.
That's excellent fielding though from the Indonesian girls. The bowler very, very quick to react and get back to the stumps.
It's a good throwing selection by the fielder.
Certainly something that the Singaporean girls have struggled with a little bit, the running between wickets. I don't really know there was a single there. If at best it was going to be very tight.
So this will be aiming for the third wicket here for Tori.
So
no, it's the end of the
that's
over.
the end of the over. That's the end of the over, yes. So it's a team hat-trick ball right now.
Yep.
We have Dara coming in from the Top Deck nightclub end, bowling. I'm not sure they're aware of it, but it is a hat-trick, a team hat-trick ball.
Correct, yeah.
With a run out in the for the second wicket. And Singapore really on the back foot at 2 for 3. Bowls now, just pushed away into the gully, and no run resulting. Well bowled. That's a nice start from Dara.
Oh,
she's
that's
clean
another.
bowled a beautiful ball. Tucked her up. That one moved back in, and that's Vinu.
Who came out? Yeah. Vinu Kumar.
Vinu Kumar. Clean bowled. A lovely ball.
It's a really fiery start here from Team Indonesia.
Oh, look at that! Just a perfect length. It just got between the gate there, between bat and pad. She was caught on the crease and took the top of the off stump.
It's a beautiful straight ball there by Dara. What do you say, Nico?
Yeah, no, very nice. Just moved in a little bit. You don't want to beat the bat by too much.
Yep.
But moved in and almost cut her in half there. Lovely ball.
That's what my partners usually say here. You hit, you miss, I hit.
That's
something
exactly
like that.
I'd like to see that. You miss, I hit. Nice straight bowling.
So Singapore just holding off 3 runs and 3 wickets.
know Shafrina did say they like to bowl first. This might be the reason why. Dara bowls now. Oh, that's a lovely ball, just outside that off stump, and the had the batter just feeling for it outside off stump and failed to take the edge through to Maria, who took it well behind the
Chaturani
stumps.
here facing that ball from Dara.
Dara comes in now. Oh, that one's hit back down the ground. She failed to gain it in her follow through, just out of her reach, but picked up by mid-off and no runs. That's a nice over now, 1 wicket for no runs. Bowls. Oh, that one's a little bit down the leg side and just flicked away to a short, fine leg. And they get through for a single. No, it was off the pad then, signalled by the umpire. Leg by. As I've said previously, we're not in the perfect position here to see the play. We're on a fair way around from a mid-off.
Yep.
Almost through the covers where we're sitting. We look to the replay on the screen each time. Dara comes into bowl now. Oh, that one beat the bat again and just over the top of the bails. Very, very good bowling. Just a single off it after the over. And that's 1 for 1, her figures off 1 over. Well, Singapore on their heels a bit here at 3 for 4 after 2 overs. Just a start that Sari would have hoped for. So great job captaining this side.
I wouldn't think Sari would think about having 3 wickets in the first 2 overs, but
yes, unfortunately Singapore have lost wickets in the power play. It's something they need to work on.
Yep. Tori here going for a hat-trick.
Across the line. I'll be looking to punch that down the ground, the straight bat. Show them the maker's mark. Chaturani there. Tori moves in. Short. Taken off the body there to that short fine leg fielder. No run resulting. Tori's certainly been impressive in this tournament. She's bowled very, very well. Been unlucky there in that first ball, overstepping, having a wicket. There was a no ball, and she just hit her on the pads there, and another LBW trapped in front. She's trying to flick that away to the leg side. I'd like to have a look at that. But if that's the case, then again, it should be a straight bat played.
Let's see the replay here.
Here she comes in the bowl. It's that big in swing. Oh.
If you can get another angle.
Yeah, big loop. And hit on the back foot then, which was trapped on the crease. So, yeah, pretty much plumb in front. I don't think it would have slid down the leg side. I'm pretty sure it would have taken leg stump that one. So another good call, I think, by umpire Gopal. So now at 4 for 4 Singapore. It really is back to the wall. The incoming batter here is Davina Sharma. Let's see if she can stem the tide here a little bit. Tori comes into bowl. Just pushed away into the short mid-off there. Picked up by Sari. No run.
Singapore is really under the pressure here from Tori's ball and Dara as well. They're 4 wickets down.
a lot of these girls have been playing in both games, 2 games a day,
Yeah.
so they must be feeling a little bit weary.
Yeah.
Indonesia right on top here. There's beautifully pitched up. Well, just come down on it and squeezed it out through the gully there. And some bad running. Didn't slide the bat there, and that's another
Didn't
run
run
out.
faster.
That's a good throw over the top of the stumps. And Maria very quick to take them bails off. And that's 5 wickets down for 4 runs.
Just got to defend now because they still have a lot of ball stuff. Sweet until
Well,
the
that was well played because that was a good ball swinging back in, threatening the stumps again. And it got through the first fielder, but wasn't backing up well enough there. And the quick throw, and she was well out of her crease. It has been a bit of a problem for the Singaporean girls. They're running between the wickets. I don't know that it was the non-striker that called that. I think she was caught leaning on the bat a little bit, wasn't backing up
thing is,
as she should have, and failed to make her ground.
thing is they've already played. This is their
Ninth.
6 game out of 3 days, I think. Yeah, 6 games out of 3 days,
3
and
days, yeah.
so they must be feeling very tired.
Some of them are playing 2 games in a day.
Plus, they didn't have the enough players to bring here because Ada, I think, injured in the previous game.
And Ada's been showing some form
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
last couple of games. Tori comes in the bowl now. Oh, that's off the pad, down to fine leg, short fine leg. Almost another run out then.
Yep.
Well, they've got to get their act together now, the girls. Just settle things down. Called a leg by the umpire. But I must say the fielding here has been excellent by Indonesia. They
Yep,
haven't
quick
missed.
throw. Just on the leg buys, but other
But
than
they
that-
haven't been hitting the stumps, but they've been right over the top or beside the stumps. That whoever's taking the stumps had a very little problem gathering the ball and taking the bails off. So, yeah, excellent fielding. Lara's moving in now. Bowls. Oh, a little bit of a flutter outside the off stump there. Through to the keeper. Savini on strike here. Savini Prasad. Dara's coming into bowl now. Oh, that one kept low. Outside the off stump, the Savini went to play at it, but there was no bounce there at all. It almost run along the ground. It has been a problem at that end, bowling from the top deck nightclub end. The ball has there's been either crazy tennis ball bounce or keeping low. That one actually a bit of extra bounce and wide of the keeper. The edge was caught there and down to a deep third man for a single. No slips in place, so it was fairly safe. Maria made a bit of a good effort to get across, but couldn't quite get there, and it ran down to third man. So Singapore now at 5 for 6. Dara coming into bowl. Oh, tempted Yorker there, but dug out. Well played.
Only 1 run so far for Dara.
Stavina Sharma.
So very
Yeah, very well played.
both Dara and Tori has impressive numbers from this early start of the match.
Dara coming into bowl now. Oh, pushed out into a backward point there, no run. They have that area well protected. They've got 3 fielders from the gully around point and almost an extra cover. Looking for that slide off the bat. Also have a deep third man on the boundary. Comes in the bowl now. Oh, that one's got crazy bounce. That's gone right over the keeper. She's tried to get up. The third man comes around and collects it, but that will be a wide. And that's a tough call because the ball wasn't that short. It just reared off the pitch.
It had the crazy bounce, I think.
That
Yes.
having played on here, well, not myself, but having watched a lot of cricket on here during the club season, I haven't seen bounce like that. That wasn't too short at all. That's a tough call. Comes in the bowl now, and that one just usual ball, usual bounce, I could say. Nothing special. So yeah, some demons in the wicket today.
So if you're captain, what do you do here, Nico? Do you want to finish the overs of Dara and Tori, or would you give another chance to other bowlers since they're bowling very good?
I would really, because I got four, I'd actually bowl them for three. Give them the extra one and see if they can't really, get into the tail. Another wicket or two, and we could see a very big, very, very low score from Singapore. She has gone to her first change bowler here, Sang Ayu, I think it is, from the Bull's Head Steakhouse end. She comes in the bowl, or tries to flight that, but ends up a full toss, and it's hit away to backward square leg, and resulting in 1 run. I'm sure the Singapore girls would be relieved here to have a bit of pressure off a slower bowler. Although Sang Ayu has bowled very, very well in the tournament.
Put up some amazing numbers as well.
Oh, trying to play a cross-bat shot there. And just hits it into the wicket. No run. Picked up by Sari. Sang Ayu comes in the bowl. At that time it's just pushed out to the short point area. No run resulting. So they're in real trouble here, Singapore. 5 early wickets. We're not even at the end of the power play yet. No one played out to point again. Damini Ramesh at the striker's end here. Really struggling to get off the mark. Oh, that time she's just off the pad there, and it deflects around to a short backward square. Not really a conventional field here, but I think it's set to the batter's weaknesses, if I can say that. Oh, that one's hit in the air, and a comfortable catch taken, just moving across from point. And a very comfortable catch there, and that's the end of
Sang Ayu's innings. Yep. Oh, the batter's name would be...
Just lost it there for a minute. Of Tavini.
Tanvi Prasad.
Tanvini, yeah. Tanvi.
See the
I'll get it correct in a
replay
minute.
here. It's
Comfortable catch taken.
Mm.
A little bit of a celebration there from Bebe. But now 6 wickets down. It's all uphill from here for Singapore, I think. Only into the, that's the end of the 5th over, so into the 6th over now. We have a change of bowler. And we will see KO coming on for her first over from the Top Deck nightclub end.
Chow here is very young, but she bowls really well. I think the keeper just missed a run out there, or stumping, sorry.
Sahana is the new batter there. Just have a look at that, see if we get the replay here. Maybe we won't have time.
Replay!
What comes in now? Just played back down the wicket, and she picks it up on her follow through.
Mau lihat replay tadi. Tapi.
KO's ready now, comes in. Oh, Well, it's a little bit wide of the off stump and gives the batter a bit of a room to just slide it down through the gully, the vacant gully area there. The fielder runs back, retrieves, and they get away for 1 run.
Singapore finally get double-digit run here. This 6th over.
So under there, just pushes it away. There comes in the bowl again now. Flights it up there. Slides into the gully for no run again. It's almost a 4th slip position there. He's fielding in. That's Yuli. Wide gully. Pushed back into the covers there. And Sari picks it up. That's the end of the over. So at 6 overs, at the end of the power play, Singapore really on the back foot here at 6 for 10. A little bit disappointing. They've been improving every game.
Yeah.
Today maybe the toll of the so much cricket is starting to show on them.
The fatigue catches up to them.
I know I wouldn't like to be playing 6 games in 6 days. Sangayu now from the Bull's Head Steakhouse end. Bowles pitches it up, pushed down to mid-on here. And there's another mix-up in the field. And it's open.
That's saved.
Oh,
Saved
just gets in there. Wasn't a great throw. Maria had to go a fair way to gather that. And threw down the stumps. But the batter had just made her ground, I think.
There's no backing up from the other.
It's Sahana. Yeah, there's not a lot of backing up in their running between the wickets. I don't know whether the new Mancat rule has slowed that down a lot in international cricket. The backing up. It is. Very hesitant to leave their crease. Another ball bowled and hit out to mid-wicket that time, no run. But they've moved along to 11. Just a very slow progress here. Oh, that beat the bat. She's caught on the crease there. Bit of a fumble for Maria, but no damage done. Another dot ball. Sangayu goes in the bowl. That one just pushed away into a short, silly mid. On area there with Mia picking it up. Rolling now. This time it's dabbed into the gully. Fielded cleanly. Another dot ball. These dot balls are really mounting. Just one single off the first ball and then 4 dot balls. Very good bowling from Sangayu. Bowls now. This one's a French cut. But it didn't travel very far and picked up a short backward square leg.
So Indonesian bowlers very good place right now since they've only managed 1 run each of the overs. 1 or 2 runs and lots of wickets taken. After the power play, so they're getting comfortable, but that's a dangerous thing to have, right? When you're playing cricket, you don't want to be comfortable there.
A run rate of only 1.57 per over, but it's 6 wickets down. It's very hard to force the issue from here. Oh, there's an edge. That ball reared again as she played forward to it, doing the right thing. It wasn't short, but it found the outside edge and went down through the vacant slips area. With the gully running around to pick it up, and they got through for a single.
That's why you need to focus, I think, on the game.
Another ball that just reared, but this time it was a little bit outside the off stump. That one played off the edge again through the gully. Maybe that might be a tactic. Almost be tempted to put a fielder into the slips cordon. They're starting to find the edge a little bit. And with the Singapore girls not really threatening with the bats, they'll be attacking here. That one down the leg side. They called a wide by the umpire. They've got the extra one. Maria didn't get across, and they've come back for the second extra. There's an appeal, but I think she was comfortably home. That ball's looping around a little bit there. It certainly started around off stump, but swung right down leg side. Maybe having a little bit of trouble controlling it.
Finally, we hear some support from Singapore dugout there.
Oh, and there's a stumping, well bowled. Very, very good work from Maria there.
Good eye there.
Great stumping. And that, I think, is the end of Davina Sharma.
One step forward.
Outside the off stump, she just overbalanced there.
Yeah.
I think the way the wicket's playing is really making her uncomfortable.
Yeah.
She tried to get well forward, leant too far forward, and dragged the toe out.
She knew that she needed to get back, but she didn't get her foot on the crease.
The good call by the umpire was the toe just wasn't back over the line. May have even been on the line there. So incoming batter now,
Damini
Ramesh, is it? Yeah, Damini Ramesh. On strike. With KO coming into bowl. Oh, she hits that quite firmly down to mid-on. A little bit too hard to get a run there. She got to it too quickly. A forceful stroke.
She did it.
We have seen this a little bit in the tail from Singapore. They have been a little bit more adventurous than the rest. Again, hit down to mid-on.
Same spot, but there's a fielder there.
We'll see how long she can keep this up. Here comes in the bowl. Oh, this time she hits across the line but misses. Swings across the line, taken cleanly by Maria behind the stumps.
It's the end of Chow's over.
So we have Singapore now after 8 overs, 7 for 16. And as I look to the northwest, we are starting to have a bit of cloud build up there, a little bit of colour in it. Hopefully we can get through a day's play today without the interruptions. In the bowl now.
Sangayu again.
Sangayu. She's bowled very, very well in this tournament. Very
She
tight,
has.
good figures. I don't know what her figures for the tournament are, but I know she's had a couple of good days. A few wickets here and there. That one flicked out into the gully, just wide of the fielder, and they get back for a single. Just a single. Backed up there nicely by Mia.
Another run on the board there from Singapore. See if they can get to 20 off this over, just to make them get back on their feet again.
Sangayu coming into bowl now. Nice action, nice rotation there. Beats the bat through to Maria, taken cleanly. A nice action here, Sangayu. Comes into the crease, not a big run up, just a few steps, but gets good hip rotation. Good revolutions on the ball, and that's just flicked up straight to Mia at mid wicket, and a comfortable catch taken. And that is the end of Damini Ramesh. So things are really happening here now.
Yeah.
As she Walks slowly off the ground. New batter coming in. It was a nice catch there. She was not far away from the bat, but took it very nicely out in front with fingers pointing up. And yeah, brought about a downfall there. She's fielding quite well in there, man. Backs up well. She's only maybe 18 metres from the bat. I mean, the ball's flicked like that. She doesn't have much reaction time. Showing the replay there, very comfortable.
She was ready to catch that. So it's a good catch by Mia there, I think. Yeah.
A new batter now will be Johanna, one of the sisters. She faces her first ball, pitched up and just plays it out to a wide mid-on. No run. I don't think runs are very important to them now. I think it's all about survival.
Yes. Probably need more defense now.
I really want to get to that 10-over break. Reassess things. Sangayu comes in. Oh, she skied that one, but it's just going to drop over Sangayu's head into the gap and, yeah, fall safely. Good bowling, Sangayu. Could have easily been another wicket there. So that's the end of the 9th over. Singapore really struggling at 8 wickets down for 17. Not troubling the score is the score is not very much at all. So KU coming on again from the top deck nightclub end.
She already has 1 wicket.
Bowls outside the off stump. Bit of a play and a miss. Deflects off Maria there and picked up in the gully. No run. In the bowl. Well, that's outside the off stump, and she moves her feet a bit better that time, gets across to it and just plays it into the ground. That was good foot movement then. They're going to play the balls wide of the off stump. They've got to get them feet moving. That time she just plays it into mid-wicket without the foot movement.
It's really hard to hit the ball when it's just landed on your feet.
Get your feet moving and your head will follow. Okay, coming into bowl now. Just at the half volley, just pushed it down the track. Sari just walking across the stumps there, across the wicket, picks it up and throws it back to KO. Comes in the bowl. A bit short of that time. I think she edged that into the pads. Two balls to go before the drinks break. I'd want to survive these 2 balls.
Yep.
That would be key. Now comes in the bowl. Well, she tries to flick that across to the leg side, but just manages to hit it into her pads again.
Oh, that's it for the...
Well, it looked like
bowler.
we might be
Looks
one
like
short there. Not sure whether the scorers are calling out. Maybe the boys on the computer haven't brought it up yet. But that will be drinks with Singapore really
so
struggling.
It is
at
maiden for Chow.
8 for 17.
She has 6 runs for 1 wicket there for Chow. Really good start for her. She's very young and the youngest on the team, so well done.
How old is she?
I think she's about to turn 15, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I know there is one young lady that plays in the under-19 side that is actually too young. She bowls and bats quite well, but she's too young to play in the under-19 World Cup games. There are rules about age.
Even if talking about Chantika, she also didn't play for the qualifier, but she is going to play in the World Cup because she's done. Her birthday was, I think, in November or December, so
okay, so then
by January she's
made the mark now.
Made the mark, yeah.
Okay, that's good. Good to hear. Be sad for her. She's performed very well in a lot of the lead-up cricket.
Yeah.
And just being that little bit too young, couldn't play in the qualifying games. But it's drinks now, and we'll be back very shortly for the commencement of the second 10 overs and see if Singapore can trouble the scorers a little bit and hang on to get through the 20 overs. Okay, they're just about ready back in the middle now. The fielders are just getting into position for the start of the second half of the Singapore innings. We have Tori back at her mark to bowl the first over, the 11th over of the innings. And she comes now with Johanna on strike, I think it is, and pushes that one back down the track and picked up by Tori in a follow-through. This is Johanna at the striker's end, I think. Ready now. Tori comes in. A very fluid action. Run up there. Nice. Wrapped on the pads, but a little bit high that. Appeal was made, but turned down by umpire Gopal. A bit too high.
Continuing her wickets here. I mean, amazing over here with just giving away 2 runs and 2 wickets. This is her
Comes in the bowl.
3rd over, I believe.
Oh, that's hit across the line. Maria fails to get down to pick it up, but it's backed up well. And no run. She looks a bit sore there, Mia. I think she's okay. Yeah, just stretching the quads a little bit. Johanna's sitting back waiting. Now Tori moves into bowl. Or full toss there. Hit into the covers, but comfortably cleaned up by Captain Sari.
Couple more balls to go for Tori here in her 3rd over. Bowling from the Bullset Steakhouse end. Here she comes. Just push it a little bit. To no run avail. Another dot ball there for Tori. And she's coming up for a maiden over here.
Coming in now. Bowls just short of the length, wrapped on the pads. Big appeal. Not a lot from behind the stumps. And the umpire turns that down, and that's the end of the over. Just watching on the replay here. Oh, that moved in. That's going well down leg side though. Too much swing there. Just started outside off stump and moved a long way. Good call from the umpire. Okay, comes in the bowl now and just pushed back into the in the mid wicket. No run. She comes again now. led off the face of the bat there into the gully position. Well fielded. I think there's Rama in the gully there. We've got a gully, a short backward point, an extra cover, and a cover. And a play and a miss outside off stump again. I'm sure the Indonesian girls want to finish it off fairly quickly. That sky is starting to build again, and they certainly wouldn't want to drag the game out too long and have it interrupted with bad weather. Bowled again, outside off stump through to the keeper.
Chow here is going to finish her over, I think, in this one. She racked up just 6 runs for 1 wicket. Yeah. So
Good
very,
to see
very well.
our chairman of Indonesia cricket, Abi here, full of beans, very happy with the Indonesian performances
Oh, he must
over
be.
the last 6 days. And congratulations to everyone from the PCI that have put on this event. Very well organised, very well run. The broadcasting of the game, it's excellent. I've got friends back in Australia, I know, watching.
So
I won't say they're watching every minute of it. They're flicking over to it and watching replays, watching me make a fool of myself.
Feels good to see everyone's watching in this game. Obviously, most of them want to hear you commentating, I believe.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Just so I can make a fool of myself. Saying, are you ready to bowl now from the Bull's Head Steakhouse end? Joanna waiting. What's in the bowl now? Pitched up. Well, that one's lofted
that's
in,
fly out.
right up. It's up over the short cover. And the wide mid-off. Mid-off comes around to retrieve, and they get through for a single. It's got to do a bit of adjusting of the pads here, I think.
Speaking of people watching here, I've been looking at the comments, but nobody comments on the commentators. We'll see if they can comment after this.
No comment is a very good comment. Sound a bit like a politician there.
Shanghai is going to bowl her second ball this over. Here she comes.
Must say politicians aren't
On the white there.
a conversation I want to have at the moment with the G20 going on. The interruptions to traffic are it's horrendous at traffic at the
Yes,
moment.
yes. Today I just bought a coffee up in GWK, up to Uluwatu.
Bowls now.
Take up 6 minutes to
Take
get there.
down. 6 minutes.
Just 6 minutes, but took up half an hour to get down because they closed the road.
Well, I had to. I only live, I'd say, 6 or 7 minutes away, and to get home the other night, it took me an hour and 15 minutes. Normally here, I don't drive normally, but I had a car here. On a motorbike or a scooter, yeah, you can get through the traffic, but well, in the car. And then again this morning, I had a few things I had to do with the car, and ended up in the traffic overheating the car, and had to stop and get water in the radiator. It's an older car that I use only occasionally, and yeah, the traffic and the heat, didn't enjoy that at all. So
The best plan for the next week, I think, just to stay at home until the G20 finishes.
I
Unless
think
you want to see all these politicians or prime ministers and presidents, but I don't think that's a really good plan.
well, actually,
It's not worth it to come through the traffic.
Yeah, I come through the back way from Pandawa, and there's a road they've just completed through the back way, which will make a big difference to. I'm hoping it'll make a big difference to the whole book of traffic, because it gives them 2 options for the buses and the trucks we get from up this way, and I went down through there. But that is where all the G20 will take place. That's all the big hotels down that way, and I have never seen so much military, so many police, security, electric cars everywhere. Yeah, it's going to be a crazy time for a week or so here. And I think it might be a good time to just bunker down, fill up the fridge, and spend some time at home. We've got a little bit of World Cup cricket to watch.
Yep.
it might be a good option, I think.
Tori here comes into bowling from the top deck nightclub and finishing her final over.
It's something I might have been tempted to do a little bit earlier, have a bowl from this end where it gets the inconsistent bounce. That was well played. She pitched it up, and that's where the batter is there. But she come down well down the track, actually, planted that front foot and played the straight bat to it, kept it out nicely. I like to see this from the Singaporean girls. The tail, to me, play a much straighter line. And seem to be a little bit more comfortable with the full pitch bowling. Tori comes in now. That's short of a length, but that was a bit of a swipe at it and tried to play it out to the leg side and bounced over the top and through to the keeper.
Singapore is struggling to get into 20 runs, but Tori's been bowling really well, so
8 for 19 off 3.2. He's at 13.2. Well played again. A good forward defensive shot there. The wind has dropped right off here. It's quite still, so no advantage for Tori if she was bowling from the other end. So maybe now let's try and get a bit of advantage from that inconsistent bounce that's at that end. Comes in from the top deck nightclub end. Pitched right up there again, but well played. This is nice batting. I'd like to have seen the top order play a straight back like this. It might have seen a different
game,
scorecard.
Yeah.
Tori now with the figures of 2 for 2 off 3.4 overs, comes in, pitches up again and played comfortably back down the track. Another forward defensive shot. That's nice batting from Johanna. They're not troubling the scorer. There's no real increase in the scoring rate here, but to see them play some good defensive shots, it's, they can build on that. Without a good defence, well, that's a loose ball. That one slipped out from Tori, and that's a wide. Yeah, without decent technique, get that defence right, and the rest will come.
Yeah, correct. Just play to your strength. Just wait for the loose ball to come and capitalize on that.
It's not too hot out there today. I don't
No,
think.
no, it's
A little
not.
bit of cloud cover. And there's that cloud is building to the northwest. It is looking quite ominous, but hopefully, if they can knock this tail over, oh, that one is inside edge through between the pads. Not a French cut. I forget what that one's called, but no run resulting. Picked up by the short, fine leg. I know there is a name for it. It's not a French cut. I was thinking Chinese cut, but that is just another name for a French cut, I believe. And looking over here, I see the one of the leaders of of Bali cricket, Karyana, talking there quite happily to Chairman of Indonesia Cricket, Abi. I'm sure they're both very, very happy with what's going on here.
Change of bowler here. Randarani or Yola, bowling from the Bull's Head.
I'm surrounded here by the
Steakhouse.
influential men of Indonesia cricket with the pleasure of Afi beside me, and Abi's just about 15 metres away, and Karyana from Bali cricket chatting to him.
It is the last day of the tournament, so all important
So we
people
have
came
Yola
here.
bowling from the Bull's Head Steakhouse end. That was her first ball there. This is where I do have trouble with the names. If I read out the name, but I'd struggle. But she does get called Yola, and that's what her friends call her. So that's what we'll go with here.
Yep. That's what we call her. So
His name is Ni Kadek Fitria Radarini. That one got through, her defence, through to the keeper.
just reading the amazing numbers put up by Indonesian bowlers here.
So, yeah, the Indonesian bowlers.
I think that's Tori.
Tori with the figures 2 for 3. Dara 1 for 3. Sangayu 2 for 5. Kaya 1 for 6. Of course, this is
Yola.
Yola's first over. Pushed away to Sari in the covers and no runs. So this has been extremely tight bowling. They just haven't been able to get away at all.
Yep.
Every time they've tried to push that run rate, wickets have fallen. At 8 for 21. Disappointing one, this one for Singapore, where the improvement has been there in each game.
We've seen the improvements so far, so they did learn a lot of stuff. But I think the fatigue just came up to them and reached them in this last game of the match. So
yeah, I think so. Pushed out to Sari again. This is Sahana on strike. But her defence has seemed sound. And I think she's quite young. So she can work on this, show the top order batters how to do it. Don't throw the wickets away. When you lose a wicket or two, you have to consolidate, dig in a little bit. There's no use being all out within the first 10 overs. So they're fighting hard here. We're out to 15 overs, and they'll be really working hard to not lose these last 2 wickets. Sari's brought herself on now for a bowl. First ball, well, she comes forward, makes a full toss of it, just punches it back to Sari, who picks it up on her follow-through. Sari moves in now. Oh, and she's got a bit of turn there and beaten the bat and knocked out that off stump. Very good ball there. I'd like to see the replay. That's the end of Johanna. That's the 9th wicket to fall. Johanna, very good defence, and she survived 17 balls. One run off 17 balls, but unfortunately that ball, oh, she just played down the wrong line there, off balance. Didn't turn a lot, but she tried to play across the line against the spin. Not always wise. A little bit of flight there from Sari. But the front foot went across towards mid-on there rather than down the track. And she pays a penalty.
So the last wicket here for Singapore. Davini Prakash.
Davini Prakash, yeah. Let's see if she can hang around here. We've got just over 4 overs to face. Pitched up there, but outside off stump and called a wide. But Sari's got a smile on her face. She's not too worried about that one. Comes into bowl again. Oh, that one just hitting across the line again. And fails to make contact through to the keeper. Sari's getting nice bounce here. Goes in the bowl again. And that's just pushed out all just short of a silly mid-off there.
See a huge amount of clouds here
Did
coming
not
in.
quite carry. She's only a
from the
few
left
metres
side.
away from the bat. Or no more, a very short cover. And just failed to reach it. She did make the attempt. Oh, this one just hitting across the line again. Well floated by Sari. beats the bat, and well taken by Maria behind the stumps. That one's always shorter, and she just flicks that to a forward square leg. And mid-wicket comes across, picks it up, no runs.
That's one over for Sari. 1 wicket for one. Change of pullers here from the Bullside Steakhouse end. I think it's Rahma preparing to
Sari's
bowl.
picked up a couple of wickets in the tournament so far. She's bowled quite nicely. She is has had a bit of a change. Rather than a medium pace, she's maybe she's getting a bit old and she's saving the legs and just rolling her arm over with a bit of leg spin. But she's bowling it quite well.
It's Yola here
Change of
bowling.
bowler
actually.
there, is it? No, it's Yola again. Push back to Sari and no runs. This is Sahana at the top deck end, top deck nightclub. Yola comes in a little bit shorter there, just sliding it off the bat into a backward point position, fielded inside the ring, no runs. That cloud's starting to come across, but not looking as threatening as it was half an hour ago. I don't think they're Afi. Yola comes in again. Well, this time beats the bat. She's just prodding at it outside the off stump, hanging the bat out there a little bit, and beats the bat through to Maria. I'm sure she'd like to get an edge here. Maria would love to take a catch behind the stumps. Yola comes in. Oh, that one! Oh, that was the edge, and she fails to grasp it. Goes through to a fine third man, chase back there, and
See if you can see the replay here.
did she get through for the single there? I was watching the ball. Yeah, that was a comfortable edge. Nice, comfortable, maybe a first slip catch. Maria did try to get across, but just not quite quick enough. Oh, and that's bowled her straight through her. Playing a cross-bat shot, feet planted on the crease. And that is the end of the innings. So they lasted 16.5 balls, all out for 23 runs. Very well bowled then. And so that's the end of the Singapore innings. A bit disappointing from here after putting up some solid performances in the previous 5 games. I think it's the 6 games have just told on them, and could be an early finish to today's game. But I'm sure the Singaporeans will come out here full of fire and see if they can't get some make early inroads into the Indonesian innings, and if they can do that, they might put a bit of doubt into into Indonesia. We have some figures here. We've got Venus Sharma 5 off 14, and Sahana, the not out batter, 3 off 38. That's good defence there. She hung around, and that's what they needed to do, but unfortunately they lost that last wicket, and that's the end of the innings. AU finishes with 2 for 5 off 4 overs. Again, very, very tight bowling. Nora with a 2 for 3 off her 4 overs. And it is Sari with 1 for 1. Certainly put a smile on her face. So we'll be back here shortly with the commencement of the Indonesian innings, and see if Singapore can't do something to change their luck. 23 runs, needing 24 to win. Not going to be should not be a hard run chase, but you never know until that fat lady sings. So we'll be back here very shortly. Okay, we're really nearly ready to recommence play here for the Indonesian innings, chasing 23 runs, I think it is. The fielders are out, the batters are just making their way out into the middle, umpires are in position. Just looking at that sky, they certainly want to get this this little run chase over quickly, because the sky is looking a little bit threatening. Now we have Domini Ramesh, I think, looks like opening the bowling from the top deck nightclub end. The batters, non-striker here will be Bebby, better known as, Bebby Belina, as we've been calling her. She does like to be called Bebby. And taking strike, I can't see just now. Comes in the bowl now. Well, that's short, wide, outside off stump. Punched away through forward of point. Chased hard back to the boundary, and they get through for 2 runs. This is Yulia on strike. Nice shot. Shorter ball, she just rocked back and punched it nicely. That's the start they want. They want to get these runs quickly before the chance of any rain. Domini moves in, bowls. That's a better ball, pitched up and just pushed away cautiously. Pushed into the wicket, and Domini picks it up on her follow through. Yulia hasn't had a lot of batting time in this tournament, so I'm sure she'd like to make the most of this. Domini comes into bowl now. That's short, and it's pulled away through mid-wicket. They've got that protected though, and they get through for a single. It's fielded at a deep mid-wicket. They've got a forward square leg on the ring pretty much. A mid-wicket on the boundary and a very wide mid-on the edge of the ring as well here. Only got the one outside the circle. Comes into bowl now. Played back down the wicket and fielded on her follow through. Now shorter. Oh, and she's missed that, and it's taken their leg stump. That's just what the Singaporeans needed. Loose shot there. She went big, trying to go over the top of mid wicket, a square leg, and failed to make contact. And that leg stump's been rocked back. So that's the end of Bevy there. She batted quite well in the tournament. But that one, I think she's just trying a little bit too hard to get this game over with quickly, and suffers the consequences. So Indonesia, not the start they would have liked for. 1 for 3. Just see who the number 3 batter is for Indonesia. I think this is Tory. Again, I don't think Tory's seen much of the centre wicket with the bat. In most games, I think the most is 5 wickets down Indonesia's been. So the middle order and tail really haven't seen much of it. Domini comes into bowl now, just short of a length, and just pushed down the leg side, and the bowler picks it up on her follow through again. Good over here. That was just 3 off it with the 1 wicket. That was a start that Singapore would want. If they're to have any chance here, they need some very early wickets and a lot of them. So Yulia to take strike now, and I think it might be Vinu coming in from the Bull's Head Steakhouse end. Her first ball. She's bowled very well in the tournament. Bowls now, and just dabbed into the point area there. Picked up and no run. This is the Venus Sharma from the Bull's Head end. Comes in the bowl now. Short, Joe only just short of the length, and she plays back. Wrapped on the pad, a little bit lucky there, I think. Just a little bit high. And big appeal. Umpire had a bit of a look at it, but in the end turns down the appeal. Too bad to go out and have a bit of a chat there. There's no need to rush. Plenty of overs. Bowler comes in, down the leg side, tries to pull it behind but doesn't make contact and through to the keeper. Comes in the bowl now. Oh, that one's a nice late cut and a missed field there at a backward point. They get through for 1 and they scurry through for a comfortable second. Nice shot. Played it hard into the ground and manages to beat the field there and goes 3/4 way back to the boundary. Comfortable 2. Indonesia 1 for 5. Venus bowls now. Oh, tries to play back to that one but beats the bat. Well taken by the keeper. I do try and play some of these back foot cut shots a little bit close to the body, I feel. I'd like to see him get inside some of these balls and play it more to the leg side. Lavina comes in now. That's that awkward length she bowls. Batter just struggles to get back and hesitates coming forward. It's a very good length, that ball. And all the batter could do is just pat it into the wicket and no run resulting. So good over there, just 2 off it. A very tidy start from Singapore with Indonesia 1 for 5. So Domini comes in and bowls again. This time it's punched out to a point. Not hit with real authority and just a single there. Domini's back at her mark. Comes in now. Well, that's short, but just pushed away at the point again. Not showing any real aggression there, Yurley. I think the umpires are just calling for the Nice to be ready with the covers. There is a bit of cloud coming over. It looks a bit threatening. Comes into bowl now. Well, this one that's flicked uppishly to a backward square leg. Direct hit, but she got back. She had come down the wicket looking for the single, but managed to get back, and it was a nice throw from very much square on. Should have only had one stump to throw out there, and with a nice underarm managed to hit the stumps. He's ready. The umpire's just fixing up the stumps there. Had to do a lot of work with the Singaporean fielding, making contact with the stumps on so many throws over the last 6 days. When he comes in now, bowls, and that's short and hoiked away through mid-wicket. But there's protection out there, and she comes in off the boundary, and they just get the single. In the bowl now. This one, that's a good length, beats the outside edge, but missed by the keeper there, and I think it'll go for buys. It is. They're going back for 2. Well run. Quite comfortably back for 2 buys. I want to try and get every run here, the Indonesian, because the sky is starting to look a little bit threatening. Do need to complete 5 overs to be able to get a result. Damini ready now. Moves in. Bowls. That's short. Pulled away. But again, straight out to that deep mid-wicket and just a single. Got the field very well placed here, Shafrina. It's the end of the over, and we had 3 off the bat and the 2 buys. So Indonesia have moved along to 1 for 10 off 3. Much slower start to what we're used to in the previous games. They have got away to good starts. But these short run chases can always just change the way the batters think a little bit. And I think the coach now has actually changed that batting order up, trying to give everyone a hit. There's plenty of the Indonesian girls haven't had to face a ball at all, with not losing too many wickets in any of the games. We have the Venus Sharma coming on the bowl again, that awkward length. A bit shorter, and she manages to get up over the top of it then and plays it into the ground. But no real force and no run resulting. That's Tori there. She got up on her toes to play that shot. A little bit of bounce. She flights it up. Plays back again. Punched out to point, but no run. It's a nice shot for no result, but well fielded. Quite energetic still in the field, these Singapore girls. Well, that one's punched forward almost to an extra cover there. A long chase. It might almost get to the boundary, I think. And it has, 4 runs. The first 4 runs, first 4 of the innings for the Indonesian girls. Nice shot, but just strayed a little bit on length there, a bit short, and she was managed to rock back and punch it through the gap. A little bit more control over the shot. And you're watching a replay. Just beat the fielder to the rope. Comes in the bowl now. That one, she comes down the wicket. And up over her head. She got one hand to it, but failed to take the catch. Got through for a single. I thought that was going well over the top, but the The fielder managed to get a hand to it, but failed to hold on to it. Only got the one hand to it. It was catchable. Would have been a good catch if she had taken it. So ready to go now. Bowls again. Oh, this time, not sure if that was off the bat. She tries to play a very late cut there. But I don't think she made contact. Got through the keeper and they got the one by. So moving along now, 1-16. What's in the bowl now? Oh, very watchful there. Very watchful. Tory. Trapped on the crease a little bit though. And that's the over. Davina there. 5 runs off it with the one by as well. Not a bad over. Just that one ball where it was punched through point. A little bit too short. Went to the boundary. So still persisting with the same bowler. Yes, Domini from the top deck nightclub end. And Yuli facing. Bowls now pulled away there. Through square leg, and that's all the way to the boundary. The mid wicket couldn't get across. Beat it to the boundary. Nice 4 runs there. Wasn't that short, but she rocked back quite comfortably and pulled her square of the wicket. Nice shot. That brings up, I think that's 20 runs now. Not too many to chase to finish this game. And I think they'll get to do that before the rain comes. Bowling now. Well, that's a good ball. Short of a length, ran that off stump, and all she could do is push it into the covers very gently. No runs. Yeah, 1 for 20 now. Only need 4 runs to win the game. It's in the bowl. That's short there and pulled away. That should be it. I think that'll get to the boundary. Yeah, comfortably gets to the boundary. So, comfortable win here to Indonesia. Yeah, comfortable win. They've the umpires have called the game, and that's a very convincing win for Indonesia. Only losing the 1 wicket, and they've won all 6 games in this bilateral tournament. And we'll be back very shortly for the post-match presentations.
Tes, tes. Tes. Cek, cek. Tes, tes. Nih sinyal nih. Pak Budi. Tes, tes. Tes, tes. Nih bensin. Tes. Nih bensin ondan. Yang satu lagi. Tes. Oh, misi tombol. Misi tombol lah. Tes. Osingnya tes. Tes. Oren lampunya. Tes. Udah. Nyala Pak, nyala. Tes, tes. Oh, belum.
Tes 1 2 1 2 tes cek mic cek.
Cek.
Cek. Ya. Kalau saya aja sih nggak apa-apa.
Ini di sini posisinya gitu aja ya. Enggak di belakang ini, di belakang ini. Tropinya di sini. Ini mau di sini. Di belakang itu. Jangan aja benain lagi, geser-geser Pak. Iya, maksudnya geser lagi kan. Dia apa, Pak? Dia kita masukin sini. Benarnya.
Tuh itu dia jatuh manggu. Ya 1 2 1 2. Coba naik lo yang itu.
Ini trofinya harus ada di belakang.
I'm already make, but Afi wrong order. He already ordered to me.
These two didn't communicate.
I love them. Mate, I think they're sensational. They're very unique. Like in Australia, they're plastic or metal, you know.
I'm already finished, already made.
I thought sudah just give the order, but you made this one.
But sudah not give me order. Bapak terus sudah di Jepang ada ya.
Ya, saya bilang itu kalau misalnya nggak sempat buat yang kayu, buat yang ini. Terus Pak Sony tiba-tiba WA, ini udah cukup, oh berarti udah ngomong Pak Sony. Saya pikir gitu. Iya, saya kira pas Pak Sony WA saya berarti sudah ngomong sama Pak Sony, karena abis saya bilang gitu kirim ke sudah, Pak Sony masuk WA-nya.
Dan yang sederhana aja di Jepang. Dia kan ada di Jepang. Aku lagi di Jepang aja. Oh iya. Suruh lebih cepat.
Nanti hujan.
Oh, Pak Ahmad, hujan sebentar. tuh bisa paku nak berdiri di tongkat ini.
Di mana ada?
Itu ada di pintu gudang. Sini belakang kau. Ada, ada nanti.
Ayo, angkat Pak. Mejanya ke kiri, ayo. Kiri, kiri, ke kiri, iya. Pas. Hampir saya jatuh. Oi, oi. Udah. Oh. Ber.
will be the responsibility to ngomong. Ya. Ngomong kan? Dengan sesuatu. Jadi bayi bang lo tahu. Mau bisa. Kita sini. Di reta ya. Oh, awalnya ya. Dan kita awet nih. And starting I'm trying to make it. Tomorrow maybe. Tomorrow you already asked, right? Tomorrow.
Biasa latihan. Banget gitu. Thank you. Gajinya ya tergantung Pak. Enggak kayak lu ini. Enggak sampai berapa. import dari Anggaran kan masuk, itu kan lebih juga. Coba sini kita buka di 8.000 sekitar responsor. Makanya abang bisa mulai sama Jabo sama Katini Sabtu langsung. Tapi kalau udah mulai kasih tahu ya. Oke, ini penari aja. Oke. Tanggalnya aja kasih. Sama-sama, emang kerja juga kita ngurusin impor itu kan. Kita ngapor. Nah, buat motong-motong bayar aja. Dek, gelawan itu Pak, Bapak Dek. Oh, iya, udah. Oh, habis adan, bisa adan. Nah, pokoknya bisa adan ya.
Check, check, mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2 mic check. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon. Selamat sore. Welcome to the post-match presentation of the sixth and the last match of Indonesia versus Singapore Bali Women's T20 Championship, live from this beautiful cricket venue, Udayana Cricket Ground in Bali. We would like to open this ceremony by Tari Saman dance. Please welcome.
I would like to welcome all the guests that is currently here in the post-match ceremony. I would like to welcome PCI Acting Chairman, Mr. Abhiram Singh Yadav, to close out the post-match ceremony.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank the visiting team, the athletes from Singapore, the coach and the manager. Thank you very much. The Indonesian national team, thank you for making this tournament fruitful. Coach Nuan and Coach, thank you very much. But most of all, I would like to thank the parents who have been there, supporting us all, making this tournament alive from every minute, from every ball, and from every bat. I would like to request both teams to stand up and 3 cheers for the parents. Thank you, thank you. This is the spirit of cricket. Cricket is a family game. And I believe today we are playing each other, Singapore, Indonesia, is because of familyhood, brotherhood, the basic principles of cricket. And I hope this 6 matches is not about winning and losing, but it's about strengthening the bonds of the 2 nations from athletes to athletes. And it's an introduction post-pandemic. The new teams, the new players from both sides, in which we will meet in further friendly matches. And also in other tournaments like the SEA Games, Asian Games, and etc. So I hope the both athletes from the both sides can use this momentum to build friendship. And I think the next tournament, whenever we meet, it'll be more bonding and the competition will be more relaxed. And I hope we can both learn from each other. It's not only about competition. We are always welcome to have Singapore players to play in Indonesia, whether it's a tournament or play in our national leagues or our local provincial leagues. This is an opportunity. We would also like to get the opportunity to go there. And I also would like to thank to Mr. Saad, who has prepared this tournament, and it's very beneficial for both sides. And this is a starting point in which we, Indonesia Cricket Board and Singapore Cricket Association, we plan to develop and make regular bilateral matches and also maybe trilateral with Malaysia and etc. Maybe the next one will be the men's team, and then again we can meet up and play against the women. And I think we both have gained a lot from this match, and it has been after a long pandemic. So yeah, I'm sure what we have learned will bring us back to our home to develop our individuals. And both teams have shown a very sportive game and high spirit of brotherhood. And I hope this is the base that we can keep together and keep developing the relationship between the 2 countries. Finally, thank you very much for flying all the way to Bali. And I would like to say my warm regards to all of your parents and families in Singapore, and see you again in cricket. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Abhiram. I would like to thank everyone involved in organizing this tournament. Title sponsor Davin News, streaming partner View Sports and Women's Cricket Zone, digital partner CrickFit, organizer Sports and Media Works. Also all the committees that help us out in this tournament, including the umpires, the match referees, all the guys that help us out dragging out the covers during the rains. Thank you very much. Also in the presentation party, we have, as you already know, PCI Bali Chairman Anak Agung Bagustri Arka Chandra, who's being representatively here with the Secretary General, Koni Bali representative, Mr. Imade Widiana, and PCI Chairman Mr. Abhiram Singh Yadav. Next one, I would like to call Singapore team captain, Shafina. Shafina, you've played a lot of tournament here, played 6 games. Unfortunately, didn't get the win. But what is your takeaways around this tournament?
The takeaways as a team is definitely learning more about ourselves, cricket-wise, and as a team we develop as the game goes by. But I really have to say, thank you to our coach, Coach Chama, and of course my own teammates, supporting me as a captain and playing together. So this is something that we will take back to Singapore and improve on for our cricket. Yeah.
Yes, we've seen a lot of improvements from your team from day to day. I hope that's taken into consideration as well. Your teams played very well. And what would be your hopes for Singapore cricket or for your teams in the next tournament?
I would definitely want to have this team develop more skills-wise, but of course, having the camaraderie between each other, and again, I have to really say I'm really proud of all of them giving their best, for the past 6 games, and thank you.
Thank you, Shafina. Please stay put. Please stay put. Next, we would want to give you a memento. So I'd like to invite Indonesian captain Sari. Please come here. There is a cap from Team Indonesia. Please fit out. Thank you, Shafina. Sari, please stay put. Sari, you've played 6 games out of 6 games. You won 6 games out of 6 games. What is your takeaways out of this tournament?
Perasaannya senang banget, udah bisa menang sampai 6 kali. Terus bangga banget sama mereka membawa tim yang luar biasa selama 6 kali main, dan mereka juga melakukan yang terbaik untuk tim.
I'm happy with the results. I'm happy with how my teams play. Hopefully we can continue to play like this. What will be your what's next after this?
Ya, kita rencana untuk mengikuti SEA Games. Mudah-mudahan nantinya tim ini tetap masuk di SEA Games dan kita berjuang sama-sama lagi.
So she hoped that she'll play in SEA Games and hope that these teams will also play in that tournament and we can be the best team there. Thank you, Sari. So we've come to the player awards. I will read the nominations first for batter of the series. With 106 runs from Team Indonesia, Andriani. With 115 runs from Team Indonesia, Maria Corazon. The batter of the series is with 212 runs from Team Indonesia, Nanda Sakarini. Please come forward, Nanda. I would call the head of Women's Cricket Singapore, Chamal De Silva, to give the award. Next is bowler of the series. I will do the nomination first. With 6 wickets, Dara Paramita. With 8 wickets, Sang Ayu. The bowler of the series with 10 wickets, Putri Suwandewi. I will call the representative from KONI, Mr. Imade Widiana, to give the award. Thank you. Player of the series, I will announce with the points, the nominees first. With 450 points, Sang Ayu. With 717 points, Putri Swandewi. And the player of the series is, with 813 points, from Team Indonesia, Nanda Sakarini. I would ask the match referee, Mr. Prakash, to give the award. So the series completed by Indonesia winning 6-0 to Singapore. I would like to invite the winning team, Team Indonesia, to come here and get the champion awards and the medal awards. Congrats to Team Indonesia. I would like to invite PCI Chairman, Mr. Abraham Singyadaf, to give away the champion awards. Please stay put for Indonesian team there. We're at the close of the closing ceremony. It's been truly wonderful bringing this live image from Bali across the world. Great to have international cricket back in Indonesia. Till next time, it's goodbye from Bali. Thank you for joining. Thank you, everyone.